Thank you for joining me for a virtual dose of vitamin Z. My name is David, Education Specialist for the Detroit Zoological Society. And today we continue with our storytelling, but the storytelling today, again, is a series, Whose Tale Is This? This I came up with so that people, when they're out there, they are able to only see the tail of an animal disappearing out in the bushes or in the forest. But then they don't know what animal that may have been. So I will be giving the crew this animal that I'll bring the picture of the tail and then a little clue to what that tail or whose tail it is. Then that will push us deeper into the details of the animal. Our first animal is that little tail that we see, which has a name. The first clue is, my nickname is the American Goat Antelope. I have lived here for 1 million years. I'm the fastest animal in the Western Hemisphere. So who am I? And there are 3 choices: feral deer, moose, or the pronghorn. If you say the pronghorn, then that is correct. That is the other name of his animal. The pronghorn is the American Goat Antelope, even though they are not related to a goat or an antelope. That is one of of Detroit Zoo's pronghorns. It's grazing right there. But there are a couple of other facts about the pronghorns. Pronghorns can run up to 65 miles per hour. In the history, it is believed, because they are out in the plain, the only way to escape a predator is to run. So they have perfected the art of running, hence that kind of speed of 65 miles an hour. Another one is a group of pronghorn is called a band or a herd. A band or a herd. The juvenile pronghorns are called fawns. And most others, including other gazelles and other antelopes, actually the young ones are called fawns. And the outer material on a pronghorn's antlers is shed and it regrows each year. Pronghorns have very large eyes and can see 320 degrees around. So those are the facts. And the last one being, pronghorns chew their cud. Just like any of the bovine animals, including buffaloes that chew cud, pronghorns do the same. Next is that tail that curls up and down. It has thick fur, and here are the clues for that animal. I can adapt to most climate. I don't chew food, but my stomach does it for me. I laugh in time of danger. Who am I? A guanaco, camel, or is it a horse? So those 3, one of them is right. And in this case, it is a guanaco. That is a guanaco it's not a llama, neither a camel, but South American animal that lives high up on the mountains, on those Rocky Mountains in Chile and other areas, very high. in very cold, windy places. They have very special adaptations, these animals. One of them is their necks have thicker skin for protection against predators. Two, padded toes on each foot help the guanaco to navigate gravelly paths and slopes, and thick, long eyelashes not only keep a guanaco gorgeous, but also protect their eyes from the dust kicked up by fellow guanacos. Six more, they have actually 4 times more blood cells than other animals to absorb oxygen because of very high altitude where they live up to 11,000 feet above sea level. The other animal we have is very special, and this animal has a long tail. The clue here is I live in forest mountains of Papua New Guinea. I can jump 60 feet and land safely. I don't know how that can happen, but the other one is I'm an endangered species. So who am I? Am I a mountain lion, a wallaby, or a tree kangaroo? The answer is tree kangaroo. Kangaroos come in all sort of different forms. We have this tree kangaroo that spends most of its time or his time up in the forest, high above 60 feet above the ground, and using the tail, the long tail helps them to balance along as they move through the forest, the branches from one branch to the other. They are the only animals that can also be able to move both hind legs or all the legs, differently, unlike the usual kangaroo that we know. These ones are able just to walk like any other animal. And a couple of facts I have is tree kangaroos are the only macropods which can move their hind feet independently of each other. As mentioned before, tree kangaroos licks fur on the forearm to lower its body temperature during the warm periods of the year. Evaporation of moisture creates cooling effect. That's how they keep cool. And the next is another tail that looks like a different kind of, I don't know if you'll be able to know this, but the clue is I live on the grassland and most active at dawn and dusk. My communication skill is the most complex of all the animals. Without me, the land would be barren. So who am I? Mountain lion, bobcat, or a prairie dog? It is a prairie dog. That is an attitude they have, you can tell. They have one of the best communication skills. So the name prairie dog was given due to the habitat, prairies and grasslands, and the warning calls which sound like they're barking. So they are known to have one of the best communication skills, actually the best of all the animals, according to the researchers. The next one is a tail that almost looks like the previous one, but this is a little different. And this is the clue. My husband is my babysitter while I find food. The other one is we are very special. We are very social. I am spotted while young. Who am I? Giraffe, prairie dog, lion. If you said lion, you're very right. That is a male lion, actually whose picture I took while on safari in Africa, in a place called Masai Mara, Kenya. And this is a really almost a grown about 3-year-old male lion. and has some fat on it, and one of them is cubs are reared together. So all the females synchronize their birth, and they are able, and this way, the male will be able to be the babysitter. Another one, lions can eat a quarter of their weight. So if a lion weighs about, let's say, 450, a quarter of that is what they will eat. There's a lot of burgers. Lions are the only social cats that we know. That way, they are able to survive out in the plains, in the savannas of Africa. Lions are the only found in Africa, and a small population is found in India, even though millions of years ago, they were all over. They were found even here in America and in Europe, but they have now been confined to only a very small area in India, but widespread in Africa south of the Sahara. For more virtual vitamin Z information and stories, please log into DetroitZoo.org or Facebook Live every 11 o'clock, every day 11 o'clock, and 4 o'clock for more. Thank you and goodbye. Kwaheri.